Hey there, buddy. So before you get into this video, I just wanted to tell you that at the beginning of this video, I am talking about something different. So if you really don't care about me or like why I took a break, which is what I was explaining, then just skip through because this is actually a really great video. Definitely one of my favorites that I've ever made. And so just watch it. Yeah, enjoy the video and I'll see you later. I mean, later. Hey there, kids. It's your dad here again. Jesus Christ, it's actually been so long since I've made a video, or at least it feels like that, because it's been a long time since I've kind of taken a break. It's been about a week, which is a pretty long time for me because I used to make videos every day. The break that I took was very unneeded, obviously. What actually happened was I meant to make a video Monday and I didn't. I woke up late and, like I said last week or something, or the week before last week, because I didn't make a video last week, I've had band camp and now I don't have it anymore. That was last week, but since I woke up late I had no time to make a video. So and then Tuesday I tried to make a video and the recording messed up, so of course I didn't make a video then. And then Wednesday I also tried to make a video. I tried to make a video Wednesday too and it didn't work out. I tried to make a video Thursday too and I didn't like it. All of the videos I didn't like. But anyways, so after trying to make videos like all that week and none of them working, I just said screw it. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, I'm not even gonna try. And so I'm making this video now for you. And yeah. Can't forget to put my eye drops in. So today we have a pretty good topic. This is really what my Panda the Philosopher videos are really supposed to be about. And you know, philosophy is like the study of life, and that is exactly what I'm going to talk about today. Kind of a weird thing to talk about because thanks. No, not trying to make a video or anything. Don't worry about it. Anyways, not many people make videos about this because it's such a debatable topic. And most people's beliefs on this differ. And that is the meaning of life. With every religion, there is a different belief on what the meaning of life is. And that's why it's hard to talk about this without mentioning religion. But I'm going to talk about it without mentioning religion because it's not like I'm allowed to mention religion. I mean, it's YouTube. When have we ever been allowed to mention religion? We can never talk about our own personal beliefs. I mean, you know, this is like humankind. We can't listen to beliefs without automatically getting triggered because they're not the same as ours. I mean, duh. But I have my own personal beliefs on what happens after we die and everything, and aside from that, I'm not gonna even talk about that because obviously I can't talk about that. So yeah, Saturday, you know, when I was taking my break, I was playing Dokkan Battle. I do that a lot now because I got Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. If you don't play Dokkan, you don't know what that means. But I will definitely rate this time where I pulled Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta as one of the happiest moments in my life. Like, I can't think of anything that made me happier than that moment. But anyways, that's not what I'm getting at. I was playing Dokkan Saturday and trying to awaken Gogeta, and I was listening to music at the same time, which is usually what I do when I play Dokkan. I was listening to like Wit, Lowry, and Post Malone because that's who I've been listening to really a lot lately, a mix of both of them. So obviously listening to Wit Lowry, I'm going to be in a very thought-focused mode, and my brain was wondering because Dokkan doesn't take focus. It's like a mobile game, and yeah, so I was thinking about like YouTube and stuff, and I was thinking like, what's the point? Like, what is the point in doing YouTube? And it wasn't necessarily like, what's the point in doing YouTube? Like, it was more like, what is the point in doing anything? Because in the end, we all die, and we keep none of this stuff we do with us. So that was more what was going on in my mind. It wasn't like YouTube necessarily. It was, but that's not all I was talking about. I was meaning like, what's the point in doing things when we're all just gonna die anyway? And that sounds kind of depressing, but that's what I think sometimes. I wasn't like depressingly thinking that. I was just like, what's the point? And then And when I was thinking this, I was also thinking like from a person who doesn't believe that there's an afterlife's perspective. So that way there would be no religion question, because that's all belief and we have no positive absolute evidence in an afterlife. So therefore I just wanted to go off of absolute evidence. So I was like, if it all just goes away, what's the point? I mean, what's the point? So after a very long time of thinking about it, actually not too long, but after thinking about it, I got to the realization that, no wait, this is really, like, this is a big important thing. Like, there is no point. There's no point in being alive. You have no reason to be alive if you don't believe in the afterlife. But wait, sounds a lot worse than it is. After that, I came up with another realization. I started kind of thinking to like Logic's album and a lot of the things that came from the more of the skit parts of it, it also has a lot to do with like Neil deGrasse Tyson, who is the one that commentated God in the Africarian album. And like I've watched videos on him and his beliefs, and it kind of came from the album and his beliefs. So if you've listened to the album, the last song at the end, or not at the very end, but before the very end, the main character asks God, or Neil deGrasse Tyson, can you give me any advice, or something like that? And Neil deGrasse Tyson said, some blah, 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 blah. Went in, eventually he gave advice, and the advice was to just live life and don't worry about the past, don't worry about the future, just to live in the present and use every moment that you have wisely, because we only have a limited amount of moments before we're out of moments. And that was his advice, and that was coming from a person who doesn't believe in an afterlife. He just believes, he doesn't believe in an afterlife. I think that's what I gathered from the stuff he said in a lot of his interviews. So like my own personal realization from thinking about all of this was, my dad might be considered a cheap person. I guess a better word might be frugal. The idea is he doesn't like to waste things. And so living with my dad and him being an example in my life, I'm also kind of cheap, and I really hate it when people waste things. And so anybody that knows me personally, anytime I see somebody waste food or waste anything like that, I get actually angry, because I'm like, I could have put that in my mouth. Like, why would you throw that away when somebody else could have used it actually? And this mindset of not wasting anything kind of came from as a child. Like my father was like, you can put anything on your plate, but whatever you put on your plate, you eat. Like, you don't throw food away. And it was also kind of the same about money. We still don't spend money on vacations. It kind of looks like we don't have much money, but I mean, we really don't, but we have enough money to spend money on actual important things. And so we have enough food, and we have money so that we don't get into a terrible situation, because we don't waste money on small things that aren't really even that important. And that's where my non-wasting mindset came from. Kind of explained that a little too much. A little too much detail, but the point I was trying to make is that got me into the idea of like, no matter what the point is in life, if there's not one, if there is an afterlife, if none of this even matters, don't waste it. Like, whether that's true or not. I mean, if there is no afterlife, that's just even less time you have to waste. So like, the idea is just don't waste moments. And that is also, don't waste moments being depressed about how you've wasted so many moments. You know what I'm saying? It's like, and don't waste your time worrying about the moments you have in the future and how little of them you have. Just don't waste them. Use them all. Use every opportunity you have. Do as much as you can in life. So even like the idea I got to was, I was thinking about YouTube. Even if none of this matters, just doing this and completing this, and completing my wish of being like a huge YouTuber with subscribers out the hoo-ha. Completing that is like part of life and part of the things I want to complete. So even if it has no meaning, if you want to do it, because you'll hate yourself for not doing it, in the future. You would really hate it. And so yeah, the point I'm trying to make is the meaning of life to me And it can be to anybody, even though, you know, I have my own personal beliefs of an afterlife. Whether you do believe in an afterlife or you don't believe in an afterlife, you still only have a certain amount of time in this life that shouldn't be wasted. Now, I mean, it's up to you what you consider wasting and not wasting. If you consider sitting on your bed and doing nothing all day super enjoyable, and that's the goals you want to achieve 200 hours of sitting on your bed doing nothing, then you achieve that goal, and don't let people tell you not to, because it's your life. It's your choice. It's debatable whether that's actually a good decision. I mean, I enjoy it, but that's not a goal of mine to achieve. That's actually something I really don't want to, probably already have achieved, to be honest. But whatever. Yeah, that's pretty much the video. Hope you liked it. Maybe you did, maybe you didn't. If you didn't, I don't give a fuck. If you're not a subscriber, then do that right here. And if you want to watch a video of mine, watch this one. And if you want to watch another video of mine that's kind of different than this video, watch this one right here. Just saying. Yeah, it's been your dad. I'll see you later.